Good evening, all. We're alive.
Oh,
We're all alive, just about. Just about.
about.
One of us nearly wasn't. I wonder if you can guess who that one was. Yeah. So welcome. It's only a quick live stream. Obviously, if you saw the Instagram stories, you'd see that me, James, and Max met up the weekend just gone, and we did some crazy stuff. Some absolute.
can I change that? No, we done some stupid stuff.
Stupid stuff.
Stupidity
Stupid.
comes to mind for me personally.
Stupid.
Well, not for me, but I mean, but to my mind, that's what comes to my mind. But look, we overcame that stupidity and we we move forward, and we learn that ice picks, ice shoes,
Yeah,
and the pop-up tent is definitely something that we'll take on the next trip.
and
Yeah.
a flare,
And a flare.
Yeah.
And
Have I frozen? By the way.
No, mate, you would have if you got stuck up on that bloody mountain.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's true.
You would have frozen.
My screen is totally frozen. I don't know
No,
why.
you're still good, man. You're still good. Do you know what?
Well, I can't click the chat or anything at the minute. So
Don't you worry about it. That means you can't keep up with it. That's absolutely fine. We're used to that.
James,
Yeah,
you
thanks.
can have the honours.
you can have the honours of saying hello to everyone.
What with what, my mobile phone?
I'll
You're
tell
not
you
on
what, let me go up to the top. I'll take over. So we've got Jade in the building. I can't click on it though. It won't let it.
Oh, hang on, it's all right. It's come back. It's come back. It's come back. We're there. We're
Give me
there.
the job for a minute. Not even a minute. You give me
Hello,
the job,
Jade. Hello, Sharon. Everyone's saying hello. There's me mum. Thank you, mum. We're all back safe, obviously. Just about.
Just about.
Yeah.
My lips
You know when you know in the films when you see someone slide down the snowy mountain and there's just one rock there and they grab onto it to save themselves going over the edge. I always thought that was like just unbelievable. It would never happen, but it did. It happened to me, and these two saw it. And yeah, apparently my face went white, and I'm not surprised.
Like,
I think my face went white and my pants went brown because I thought that was it. And we were only about 2,500 feet up or something. It wasn't anything major.
I think we're a good 3,000 feet up at that point.
Was it?
Yeah.
Flipping out. And literally there was one rock poking up, which I managed to grab hold of and pull myself back up.
It was like it was a shark's fin. It was a shark's fin rock.
Yeah, it was like a shark's fin. Yeah. Hi, Chris. Hello. I'm sure they stood out in front of a green screen. Yeah, well, we said that. And when we got to the top of the peak, it was like the snow actually looked like little polystyrene balls from a beanbag.
Yeah.
But yeah, so how are you guys feeling about it all now?
I feel like I've been in the boxing ring.
Yeah.
My lips are absolutely battered with the minus however many degrees. I mean, how cold do you reckon it was? Minus 20?
Well, it wouldn't have been minus 20, but I think the feel factor would have been because of the wind. But I
don't think
the
wind
obviously in the minus
because of the wind chill,
Because
it was minus a lot. It was definitely minus a lot. My lip
because
got killed.
The snow was just going straight to ice. It was like sheets of ice.
I've never been in a condition where my coat, my hood, had froze. Like my hood was like frozen on my jacket. I've never been in a condition like that where items are frozen. All the jelly babies I had in my pocket, they went into ice cubes.
What were they? Were they ice baby? Was that?
Yeah. But the bottles of water I had in my backpack even when we got back down hours later, because lucky enough we thought we was going to get stranded up there. It was that dangerous up there. We couldn't even see the edge, so we didn't know where we were or whether we was walking towards the.
Hey, we went to look for it.
We did go. Max went to look for it, and he scared the living daylights out of me.
But that I had to do what I had to do, Rich, because in that moment, just to paint a picture, right, for the people in the chat, just to paint a picture, we was up on the summit.
Oh, my internet's messing about.
We couldn't see. It's all right. You're still there, man. We can still see you. Oh, you're a bit glitchy, to be fair. Hang on. Move. There you go. You're moving. No, you're back. You're back
in the room.
But yeah, we was on the summit. We couldn't see 2 meters ahead of us. And we tried a variety of different ways down because there should be a few, but in those conditions, we couldn't see anything. There was nobody else up there at this point. They'd gone. People had turned back because they didn't want to go any further, all this sort of stuff. So we was in a moment of madness, 10 minutes of madness, where we had to start doing something. So I was walking towards it.
Thank
luckily,
you.
Rich sees something to stop me from doing so. And then we got rescued by not the mountain rescue, but they were firemen.
No, it was a nice nice man and a nice lady that worked for the fire service, and I want to give them a big shout out on here. John and Natalie. Yeah. Thank you, because if you didn't come along when you did with all your correct gear and all that, and your maps and like knowing where you were going, because you're obviously more experienced than us three nutters, we'd probably still be up there now, like that, frozen like that.
We wouldn't be up there. No.
No, you might be, Rich. Me and James would have definitely.
Listen, after we had to climb down from the peak to that bit, we was going to go back that way, and they said not to. I was quite. And I mean this honestly, I was quite prepared to stay where I was. I didn't have it in me, I didn't think, to climb back up that bit again and go back up that last little rocky bit and then onto the ice again. I just didn't have it in me, because that last ice bit, we obviously had to kick our toes in and punch our fists into to actually pull ourselves up so we didn't slip off. Yeah. It was literally like one of these cliffhanger films or whatever it is. You know, it was
cliffhanger at one point.
Like, I actually was, and
I'm grinning because I'm nervous, right? I'm being serious. Like this little slip, it wasn't the only slip that Rich had. Oh, Calamity Rich. We found out this guy is the most clumsy klutz there is in the whole of the county.
Yeah.
He just falls over all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah. But like, so, you know, at the end of the day, I am so lazy. I'm so unfit. You know, I was knackered when we went to the caves the day before, which actually James is dropping his first video of tonight back on YouTube. So if you're subscribed to James, then make sure you check it out tonight. He's got a premiere going. He'll tell you about that in a sec.
Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat.
Yeah.
I haven't got access to anything. I really haven't. I'm trying to.
Right, let me try and drop that in the chat. You lads carry it on. You can carry on.
Carry you again? Did you say?
You never carried me. You never carried me. You carry on chatting.
Well, the best part is, right,
he stopped. I was going to tell the people in the chat just quickly. Sorry, James, just quickly that Rich, he just said himself that he doesn't do much things. He doesn't do much like that, and he don't like walk many places. He even drives to the local Tesco's, and he was half hour in, telling me, and he's done. He's killing him. It's like literally he's knackered. And if you could see, James will show, no doubt, be able to explain more. But from where we were, where that first started kicking in for him, to where Rich got to 5, 6, 7 hours,
8 hours later.
Yeah, but 7 from the point that you started feeling the strain.
Yeah.
And the height, the distance, the challenge, the change of weather. You got to keep that mind frame now, because you was willing to give up then. You then went on and done another 7 hours, man. And it's I kept saying it to you, it's cringy and cliche when them Doms keep saying, "Oh, dig deep and you've got it in you." Use a case study for that stuff, man, because we all had to dig deep. But at the same time, James walks a lot. You do a lot of walking. I'm always on my feet with ADHD out of our eyeballs. Do you know what I mean? We've got energy to burn. Whereas you, on the other hand, man, and you're a lot older than us, man. Let's be real. Like age has to come into play.
And the weather did affect my asthma. You know, I was hacking properly.
What weather?
Hacking at one stage.
What weather are you on about? What weather are you on about?
You know, the sun.
The blizzards, the 100-mile-an-hour winds, the minus 15 degree, 20 degrees or whatever it is. You know, the hailstones that were like the size of air gun pellets, battering us like thousands of these things, which you couldn't even see 2 foot in front of you. It was mental. It was absolutely mental.
Well, that's called the northern summer. That's our northern summer. That's our summer.
Yeah. Well, you can keep it then. But yeah, it was absolutely bonkers. I'm going to put James's new video on his Rebranded channel in the chat now, so make sure you go and check it out. I say, if you're not subscribed to James or Max, I don't understand why not, because James hasn't been on YouTube. He's got 622 subs at the minute, I think. Max has been on YouTube. How many you got, Max?
720, say, I think.
There you go. And I can't understand why he's not on over 1,000 subs, because his editing skills.
You don't rush these things. Don't worry about that, mate. Don't worry.
No, but you. Hang on, he's gone.
No,
James is gone.
I'm back on PC. I'm back on PC.
Happy New Year, Ella.
Hello.
And just want to say again, I've already told James himself, but mate, chat. I mean, not mate. We are mates. I suppose YouTube mates.
Yeah, mate.
Mate, James. He looked after us on the food side of things. He did.
Oh, mate, Chef James.
And I've got to say, I didn't even say to Sarah tonight. Was it last night? It might have been last night, that the curry. And I even told some people at work, the Ridge Monkey's the way forward. And I don't mean James being the Ridge Monkey, although
no,
I am. I wasn't a Ridge, and I am a monkey. So yeah I'm the Ridge Monkey.
So it works, but yeah, that tool that you was using, and the curry that he cooked the first night, it was insane.
Oh, it's amazing.
It was mad. But these two greedy buggers, they had 2 bowls. I had 1. I didn't want any more.
I said you should have some more.
I'm greedy. I'm greedy. I'm greedy, admit. You had one of my breakfasts, Max. You know how greedy I am. That's standard.
Oh, that breakfast was amazing yesterday morning before we left as well. Like, because we obviously met up Friday for the first time ever. We loaded the vans up straight away and we were off. We just met. We were off. We went up to you'll see on James's video tonight. I'm trying to still upload mine for some reason, it won't. But James is dropping his first video on his rebranded channel tonight. 7:35. Before we decided to do it before Chris cooking Hayden's, because he's always Chris is always respectful of other people's videos and lives, and I respect him.
Definitely. Even though I'm not going to be about the reselling community anymore, I still respect everyone who has their time slots, and they are part of what built me into where I am with my friends and everything. So respect for everyone out there. And also, like, if people want to message me and have a question about something,
Junie,
then hit me up. It's just I'm not going to be posting and proactively talking about work. It's about what I do after I've worked now, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on. It's just it's what I want to do. And it's like today I was just walking the dogs, and I was like, I've always wanted to just like do an Instagram whilst I'm walking my dogs. I was like, because that's my favorite time. I'm like, now I get to share that with you all. But when you build an Instagram and you build a foundation that's on about work, then you have to film whilst I'm working. And if I'm being honest, it's probably the most boring time, because I want to get that done so I can have fun.
Not just that, man. There's like 1,000 people. There's loads of people doing the van life and stuff, but it's whatever makes you happy and whatever.
Evening, Lee.
If you are just solely recording your work, you're just continuously working, in my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're continuously working, because when you're not actually working, you're editing the stuff of you working. It's just like, break it up. And that's what I said to you, Rich. Now that you've done this, it doesn't have to be every week, every month, but like, just start doing stuff that you never normally do. Try new experiences. Like, you can't knock that stuff. Like anything. No. I'm not saying go climb a mountain in a blizzard. That's insane. Never again.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. When we say, do you want to come? I'll be honest, guys. Just say no. Just say no.
No, Chris. No, James didn't snog me when he met me, but we had the biggest bear hugs. It was because the thing is, me and James have known each other 3 years. Me and Max have known each other for over 2 years. Yeah. We've known these guys all this long, and you've seen our YouTube journeys together and on here, but like, we'd never met. And I jumped straight into Max's van, and I drove 2.5 hours to Max, jumped into Max's, then we jumped straight up to then we went straight to James's, which was 4 hours away. And we've in hours of a couple of hours probably of being at James's, we were caving. We were out, we were exploring, we were just on the road. We'd been shopping, got the food, we were on the road. We were filling that whole weekend with anything and everything we could. So like, you'll see, as you see in James' video, and the one I'm trying to upload, we're uploading the caving videos tonight. Max has got so much stuff to come, 360 video as well, right up on the peaks. Like I say, I'm the most unfit person in the world. I've got asthma, and the cold affected my chest, and it felt like my chest was burning. I've only got little legs, and some of these rocks I had to try and get my legs up and over. I say I actually 100% on my life I slipped and I was sliding off the edge of that mountain.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. It's no exaggeration.
No, it's no exaggeration. It was a life or death situation. It was a little thin rock like that, like a shark's fin, and I managed to grab hold of it and get myself back up. Otherwise, I would have been gone like 3,000 feet to hitting the deck, and it. For about I would say actually for the rest of that day, my legs were absolutely shaking, and I'm not great on heights anyway. And when you see the videos, you're going to see this extremes we were in.
Whilst he's coming bloody down in the bloody blizzard, what did he go and say? I don't like heights.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, you know.
Fucking hell.
You know. I know I kept talking about free helicopter ride, but like I actually didn't want one. And actually, a helicopter would have been no good to me anyway, because I'd have been
to Jason, anyone in the chat, I am still full-time reselling, by the way. It's just that my YouTube and my social media side is about the van life and about what I do after work now. My full-time job is eBay, and that pays the bills. And as I said on my Insta today, it's the best job and the best thing for my lifestyle. I don't work for someone. I work at my own beat of a drum. And it means that I was just watching someone's video a moment ago, and I was like, I'm going to do that. And what it was this girl. She just went out solo walking with a dog in the lakes midweek. Just went out for a dog. It's like, I do my dog walk anyway, so why don't I do this? Just went out with the dogs. She went out for a dog. She did a full record. Just said, I'm doing this, that, and the other. And then she went to the pub and had a beer and whatnot. And then she went back in a car. And that was a video, but it was really lovely and chilled. And it was just like almost like a dog walk. But it was also her. It was just a really nice paced video. And I was like, on a Friday, Carolyn takes Holly to school and she picks her up. So I've got Fridays a write-off day. So the amount of times, if I'm like Friday's a sunny day, I can smash the listings on a Thursday night, work until midnight, get my 10 listings stacked up. And then Friday morning, 6 o'clock, boom, pop in the van, put the dogs in there, and then we'll just head to the lakes. I'll film it all. Can stay where we stayed or wherever, then come back ready for Saturday.
We had a blinding little spot both nights, but the thing is, like, you know, I left mine at very very early hours Friday, and got back sort of late evening last night. Once left, I wish I stayed at Max's for dinner though. It smelled mental, but I had another 2.5 hours to drive, so I wanted to get it done. Max's channel is Maximus and Co. Both links. Oh right, okay. But I say both links are in the chat anyway. Sounds like you're all very lucky guys with the weather being that way. Where's the next meet up then? Someplace a bit more safe? Probably not, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, we can honestly say that we have. Yeah, I don't think anyone's done a reseller meet up over 3,000 feet above sea level on a mountain. No, it was, you know, we were sat up on the peaks eating cheese and ham toasties. Like,
thanks to the Ridge Monkey.
Who can say that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but we were lucky. We were lucky because when we were at the top, like I say, our vision was so impaired by the hail, the snow, the wind. It was crazy up there, and it was scary.
We can tell the tale. We can laugh about it, and we can look back and all that stuff. But it was, and we know it was serious. And the thing is, that's what people have got to appreciate with the mountains. If you're gonna do something like that, because I say I'm unfit, and I don't even walk round to the corner to the shop. But it's something I wanted to do, and I didn't think I was going to be able to go after an hour just walking up the hills, not even the mountains. But, you know, like I say, put yourself out of the comfort zone, you know, push yourself, do things out of your comfort zone. I never thought I'd be able to climb that mountain when I was there. You know, I did when I was here. I was going, oh, yeah, I'll be able to do it. You know, but it was a lot of strain, you know. It was mental, but we done it. We even had to come down a longer route. 7 miles
out the way.
Another 7 miles. So we were 8 hours, I think, all in all walking. We done about 14 miles and burnt about 2,500-3,000 calories. You know, it's not a game up there. I didn't think it was going to be that bad because all the videos I've seen, I thought lovely views at the top. We get some nice photos and all this, but like things and not being funny. 1 minute it was sunny, then it was misty, then it was clear, and then it was howling winds, and then it was hailstones.
I don't think Junie's quite getting it. She's gone with just a normal day in Scotland in winter, hail and snow. I've been in Scotland. It was nothing like that. You put yourself on the highest peak.
Thanks, Tam.
The third highest in the whole of the UK. And go and stand on the top of that. No exposure, nothing to block you. 100-mile-an-hour winds. And it was like crazy. Someone firing pellets at your face non-stop. It was painful. It was almost like they were about to bleed. And you can only see probably about, if you go and walk 2 feet in front of yourself, that's all you can see in front of. Good luck.
Good luck. I mean, and like I say, we were up there, we were out 8 hours in it, and literally my lips are smashed to pieces. We didn't have the kit, and even the John and Natalie that were fire people, fire service, they've done loads of climbing. I was talking to them on the way down. They've done loads of it. They're very experienced.
What did they say?
And listen, this guy was a big burly guy. He was a blooming. He was a lump.
He's watching. He's going to be going. He's going to be sitting there going, "Oh."
But do you know what I mean? They said that they have done so many climbs and so many dangerous climbs, but this was the most dangerous and scary one that even they have done.
I just add something to that because it perspective. So basically, when we got down, funny enough, random enough, like there's a big enough car park, but they happened to be parked next to our two vans.
Next to us.
Yeah. So we actually saw them on the way in the car park.
They knew exactly who I was because I was the only person walking around in shorts in the car park. Yes, the iconic.
Evening, Sam.
Yeah. Out of pain.
That was out of pain of the bullet.
Sheer pain. There wasn't too cold. It was pain. I was in agony. I was like, my legs were getting shot. I was like, I'm not going to stand here and get shot. There's stupidity, and then there's idiocy. Basically, I'm not an idiot.
We all proved that we had that in us that day. Listen, anyway, what I'm trying to say is when they came back to the vans with Rich, like because he was with those, me and James got back just a bit before. We all thanked him. We thanked him for being our guardian angel.
100%.
For getting us down, blah, 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 blah. And they was like, no, he said, no, honestly, he goes, thank you. He goes, because you three was our lift. And we needed a pickup. We was getting stressed. We had never experienced anything as scary as that. And when we see you three trying to get down, what was that bit called, James?
It's called...
Striders.
Swirls because it's Striding Edge.
When we'd already come across that and gone up, so we was going to come back down that, and that's where we met this couple.
Yeah, we just met them.
Out of doing it because it's all iced over now. You may have come up that way, but you are not going to go back down that way. And they said to us, please do not go that way. They had genuinely had fear in their face. But we was looking at them as these like hero type people because they were showing us the way. To hear them say that we was their pickup and they were ours, it sort of put it in perspective that actually that was life-threatening stuff. Like, and that experiences have been that. I'm thinking someone don't want me climbing, right? They're trying to warn me because I've been to Wales, Crib Goch, severe weather change like that. Been to Lake Districts with you two now. That's my second climb. Boom. Change of weather like that.
But you know the worst thing is, Max, he said, right, he's gone up there on his birthday, they looked at he said, I looked at the weather forecast and he says it was cleared to get better throughout the day. What happened there was not planned with the weather.
No. I don't listen to where I ain't done it.
But he went on his birthday. He wouldn't have gone on that hike had they known. I know, but how scary is that though? How scary is that?
Yeah. And the other, what was I going to say? I was going to say something else then. What was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, the funny thing is, when we pulled up and parked up in the vans at the bottom, we saw people with massive spiked boots on.
Oh yeah,
ice axes, and we were looking at them going, bit overkill. It really wasn't overkill. And even if it wasn't the conditions it was, because I bet there was people that had to call out mountain rescue. I know the fireman checked and he said that because they're pulling bodies out of buildings and they said that was the scariest thing they've ever done. So we're not exaggerating. This ain't for views. This ain't for anything like that. This is just
that green screen with the polystyrene. Max,
the polystyrene balls out the beanbags. But But in another way to look at it, what an amazing way to meet two people that you've been speaking to for years.
I still think it's too early to celebrate. I do. I'm still reflecting. And I was the same when I come back from Wales. I genuinely, like, I was talking to my colleagues at work. So it was a long day, and I'm telling them, and they're like, "Hell, mate, it's like, that's an expedition. That's insane." And I was showing them the pictures on the 360 cam, which I'm looking at now, going, because at one point, and like I did lose my little bit, didn't I? The 10 minutes at the top when I realized.
Yeah, but I think we all did. It's just emotions were high.
For those 10 minutes, all I was thinking, Rich, is we need to get down now, right? And we've got 2 sandwiches left.
Yeah, it's frightening.
We've got an emergency sleeping bag for free, which wouldn't even get us all in. We got no vision, and we're all losing battery power, right? So we need to start moving, and that's when I started to really sort of panic a little bit.
Evening, Grace. Good to see you, mate.
Also, James, you witnessed this. I stood up. I'm going to give a little demonstration. Sorry, I've just got me on. Oh, what's that bit of fluff? I stood up, power stance almost, legs wide. I had the GoPro, and I was about 10 meters away from what looked like Niagara Falls. It was just a sheer drop. But I was well enough away from it, but when that wind just kicked in, it moved me about 1.5 meters. My feet just slid across the ice, and I had no control over my body. It was literally that powerful.
Well, so it's not,
but we have to reflect and think, actually, moving forward, we don't ever really want to end up in that situation again.
No. But I mean, you think when the winds were really bad, we were actually leaning into the wind like that, like Michael Jackson did on his video. Not being funny, and it was still moving us, even though we had our feet to the ground. It was still moving us. But now, when we was up there, obviously we was scared, and like it was a bit emotional because I dedicated the climb to my brother Steve, as you'll see in the video when it comes out. So. It was just a whole thing of different emotions. I completed something I didn't think I was going to be able to do an hour in, and we did it. And I'm the most unfit person, like I say, and we climbed a mountain, second highest peak in the country.
Stop saying that you're the most unfit.
You can't say you're unfit, man. You can't give that. You can't, honestly, Rich. You can't say that shit now. Like you could say you might thought you were. The mindset might have been, but you did something that there is lots and lots of people that physically can't do that because they have illnesses, they have problems. You conquered all that, so you are fit. End of.
I counted 4 groups of 2 people that looked like they'd done that stuff.
Thanks, Jilly.
On a basis, come back down, going, nah, I'm not going to do it today. At that point, why we weren't listening, I don't know. But maybe it was Rich at the back dragging himself along, going, "I'm going to keep doing it."
Thanks,
little Mickey, come up. You can do it, Rocky. You can do it.
Little Schmeckle going, "Yeah, no, we're going back the hardest way. We're going back the hardest route." God almighty. It was good. But anyway,
as well, it's mad.
But like this is
in 3 minutes. We've got 3 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I want to quickly say that we got back yesterday and we're already talking about the next adventure. So it hasn't put us off. It hasn't put us off at all. And now I look at it. Even with the mad winds, even with nearly slipping off the edge and falling 3,000 feet, like I was so scared, and it's the most scary thing I've ever done. But I'm glad it went the way. I wouldn't change a thing about it, to be honest with you. Even the craziness, because that's what made it. We're bonded now because of that. It's like, it was so intense. And when we say it was life or death, when we're saying it was life or death, it was life or death. It's not a joke.
Look at I'm not lying, man. I'm still.
What an amazing thing, though. Jeez,
I thought I was going to have to tell Jade.
We've both had a conversation. Me and Matt had a conversation about that.
Yeah, that's both what they said. They said Jade's told us we've got to look after you, and what would have happened? What would we have said to her? Like if you hadn't have stopped yourself going over and you'd have fallen. But Jade's saying next time we do something safer, you all have families to come home to. Very true, Jade. True. But we're still all stupid, so you never know, do you?
I'm up just climbing a little hill, having a little game up there or something. We'll have a little picnic.
Roll
down the hill.
Do you know what? I think if we ever do that one again, I just think, I don't know. I think next time we just take a little tent, just in case we do get stuck, so we can just pop a little storm tent up and we can all hide in it.
I'd take a tent and a heater just in case that happened, and I'd if it was that bad of conditions, I'd take a bit big of a bag. I know that, I flare. I take a couple of pics.
Oh,
and
100%.
I'd have the boot grips.
When I told him,
Yeah.
he's like, he got out his them spikes that you put on the bottom.
Yeah.
He's like, if you would have said, I would have given them to you. I was like, we weren't expecting snow, mate. It was a sunny day. The weather said it was good and all that stuff. But anyway, before we do end it, I just want to say thanks for the new subscribers because I did get a couple. I think it was SB Reselling and Fix It.
Yeah.
Just about.
Thank you very much, by the way.
Just about, Lee. If you watch it, well, hopefully you'll watch this back and then you'll see exactly what was said. But we've got to finish now because James's first video, as he's rebranded Van Lifestyle, is going up now of us doing the cave-in. Mine, I'm going to try and get up tonight, and in the next week, hopefully, we're going to actually have the mountain climb ones.
It'll probably be the following week. I'm going to try and aim every Monday to get something up now.
Yeah.
So we'll be next week on Monday. So it just gives us that time to get the quad. Yeah.
And I want to apologise for not doing a live on Saturday, but literally we got back from the mountain. Once we got off that mountain and got back, I didn't even eat. I went straight to bed. I was so shook. Jilly, yes, I did. James got us Kendall mint cake, and it was amazing. We didn't have the bad weather warnings, Kath. Nice one. Thank you. Right, so we're gonna go now, guys, because James's video is going live now. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad that we're here to talk to you all. Appreciate all your support. Like I say, both Max's and James's links are in the description. If you're not subscribed, please do. There's amazing content coming. Other than that, we'll see you in the.
We'll see you in the chat. We'll see you in the chat on the
premiere. I'll see you on Saturday. Premiere. We'll see you in the chat of James's in a sec. See you later, all. Have a good evening. See you later.